First off, good afternoon. Since the time is limited, I'll dispense with the formalities. Thank you for your testimony. We appreciate your candor. First, I just wanted to touch upon the issue of bench warrants. The data seems to show that overall about 17% of people do not show up for their first arraignment date based upon their desk appearance ticket alone. It also shows that when we look at the defendants that have a prior conviction on a pending case, the number who don't show up for their first arraignment on that desk appearance ticket is about 31%. When you break it down by individual charge, it looks like burglaries, 31% without a prior conviction, 36.6% with a prior. Criminal trespass, 37% versus 42.9%. Larceny, 33% versus 42.5% with a prior. 31% versus 35.8% for a prior, and the list goes on. Just, do you keep data, for example, when the courts have to make that please show up to court phone call, or email or text, whatever that was? Do you keep any data as to how many people actually appear after that phone call before a bench warrant is actually issued?
Everyone does get those court appearance reminders if we have the information to send out to them. Now, we have had trouble getting that information from particular defendants. So we are required by the legislation to send out either a piece of paper saying, here's your court date, a text message, or a phone call. And we do that if we have it. Do we have data on, I'm not sure we can parse that out, but I'll try.
I mean, essentially, how many people respond to that and show up? And even after the issuance of a bench warrant, do you keep any statistics on how many show up after 30 days, after 60 days?
Yes,
when
we
there's
do.
eventual compliance?
We do keep that data.
Yeah, if you could provide that, I would certainly appreciate it. Just on the, it's kind of rapid fire here. The conversation about the interdiction courts, we have them in Nassau as well, drug court, alcohol court. If a desk appearance ticket is issued, do the courts have the ability to send someone to one of those interdiction courts? Because the issue that we seem to be running into in Nassau is the fact that if you don't get before a judge can't actually direct if you go to one of these interdiction courts. So what you're seeing is a lot of individuals who are accused of committing crimes who might ordinarily be able to receive assistance that aren't receiving the assistance that they need simply because they're not getting before a judge and simply being issued a desk appearance ticket.
Are you talking about diversion courts? I'm sorry.
Diversion courts, I said.
Diversion courts, okay. Yeah, I mean, if they go to a diversion, if the DA decides that the person is eligible for diversion, we generally don't see that individual. But diversion, the way that it is set up in most jurisdictions is that there's a conversation between the defense attorney, the defendant, and the DA. The DA and the defense attorney obviously are discussing. There's an offer of diversion, and if the person goes to a particular program, and those programs vary by jurisdiction, then the DAT, or more accurately, the complaint is never filed with the court. So we never see that individual if the person is diverted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Assemblymember Epstein.